Von Achane in the backfield, injured his ribs in the first half last week. The play action and able to hit the tight end. And a nice
lot up, but with the running game, you see how everybody reacts to that. No one in the stadium thought that they would come out and play action on the first play of the game as efficient.
Fake toss. And now swung out to Achane, who ran into his full. Achane over the right side, trying to hurdle and got tripped up.
Had a crease right out there on the outside of the perimeter of this defense. Achane, he might have been.
Play clock at 1. Tagovailoa trying to sneak out. Pass incomplete. It's 4th down. Waller at halftime here at Acrisure as Bailey hits the punt. Austin lets it go over his head. Offense and then the backs and receivers. We'll see Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. DK Metcalf. Here's Gainwell. He's nice
sides. As we know, Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in the game at doing that. But it looked like once Gainwell had the ball in his hand, and tackles, and that was a big one to open up this game for them defensively.
So the Steelers go 3 and out. Waitman hits the punt. High hanging punt. Washington will stay away, and after 2 bounces, it's in his lap. And he returns it to the fin for the Dolphins. Hill in motion, and a handoff is to Achane. Here he is again on the toss. He gets some blocking, and there he goes. Big play for Achane.
It's space right there in the middle, and then Cedric Wilson is the one who's sealing it as well. So a coordinated effort by play the short game or the long game.
They fake it to him. Pass over the middle to Waddle. Another first down for the Dolphins.
Waddle, you see how he gets to his second read. He's reading out to his right to begin with, and with the coverage, it opens up. The timing's perfect. Coming right.
Ollie Gordon is in the game. Tyreek Hill went down in week 4. Here is a shot for Waddle, underthrown and picked. Samuel next. He called out Judon, saying he was coming on a blitz. Judon did not. By Tagovailoa.
Yeah, here's the route to Jaylen Waddle. He's going to run a corner route, and it's first this rolled corner with safety help, and they're holding the corner. But these are throws that we have seen from Tua throughout the season.
Here's Warren getting the handoff.
He's only throwing the ball 21 times a game during this 4-game win streak, so they haven't really asked him to do a lot. Yeah, Hayward's got 6 carries on the year, and they're all quarterback sneaks.
And here he is carrying it, and it's close. Looks like it's 4th down. On his 7th carry of the season, it's 4th in inches.
Yeah,
I'm going to go at least line up with Hayward again. They go, and he got it.
First fence, we talked about it earlier, how much improvement we've seen from Anthony Weaver and his group, and it has
coachers here tonight after that big game at Baltimore. He has to come underneath. He's able to hit Gainwell. And
you know, Aaron Rodgers, when they single up DK Metcalf, he's going to take his shots, but they're showing it a little bit late. They've been doing that the last couple of.
Fake the throw, hand to Warren, gets to the edge and tripped up, and another strong tackle
comes up. These are hard tackles to make on a back like Warren, and you're out in the open field one-on-one. He's trying to give him a little shake.
3rd down and 3. Quick setup and throw. Pass is low and no good, and it's incomplete for Calvin.
You look at it and you say, well, they went forward a moment ago on 4th and inches backed up. That where they are right here, this is.
They go quick. And a completion out on the edge. That's
handling and how he gets the rub that allows Kenneth Gainwell then to get out in the flat uncontested. And Gainwell quite loves throwing him the football and loves having him as a teammate.
Handoff to him here. And he's brought down with a loss on. Tagovailoa is going to get it with his legs or try a first down yardage.
Yeah, we'll take right. That's a good call there prior to the delay of game penalty.
Bailey just got rid of it. Calvin Austin gets hit.
Not able to, and by the time he put it down, Steeler was there making the sack.
Steelers 3 possessions, 3 punts. This one checks up outside the. And Mike.
It should all look as good as Howie.
Don't try to. Second down and 6 for Mike McDaniel's offense. Crowd tries to get into it. Tagovailoa keeps it. Looking for Dulcich at first, and now just has to throw it away.
As he comes out off of this play fake, he was about to turn it loose, and Pittsburgh had read it, and they were about to jump it right in the middle. The run game coordinator in San Francisco, and of course he cut his teeth with Mike Shanahan and the Miami Dolphins.
They're down in 6. Pressure off the edge. Tagovailoa out to his left. Finds his man and a first down as he gets it to 8. Version by either team in the game.
Well, I talk about the impact that Achane has had in the passing game. You're going to watch this route. Different directions. They give a lot of different looks, and it's rare when you see a running back come all the way from the.
Ollie Gordon now in the backfield. He gets it. Follows the fullback Ingold and ends up picking 4. Where
the bunch just in the first 15 plays of this ball game, they'll go 2 back, they'll go extra offensive linemen, 3 running back. The things that we saw at one time back when he was with the 49ers.
Second down and 6. Achane cuts it back. There have been 9 receivers that have touched the football. A gain of 5.
Pretty precise run group.
Gordon met and dropped it.
He can run and hit. There's not a lot of linebackers in this league that aren't going to make this play, and he just has a free run.
He's getting up right now. He is a big back, 6'2", 225, and Patrick Queen able to get through, bring him down. High snap, kick is
the field mics, and he's been unable to affect this group for Miami.
Here's a nice start. Jonnu Smith broke a tackle.
A little bit to some of his former teammates and certainly his former coach, and a guy who came off of career highs last.
Play clock at 1. Warren will try the right side, and a decent Jonnu Smith just a safety on the defense for Minkah Fitzpatrick, who started his career in Miami and now he's back.
Rather than corner when he went to Jacksonville.
Wide open is Darnell Washington, and he will rumble for a first
right here. And as soon as he collapses, he knows he's got big Darnell Washington out there in the flat for an easy pickup.
3 minutes to go in the half. Rodgers protected. Gainwell, laser from Aaron Rodgers
here, and the only guy who can kind of stop it is the free safety. And that's one typically that Rodgers will shoot right up that.
Big number 74 is in there, and Pittsburgh calls a timeout. Now realize that Adam Thielen's in his 12th year. He's been around, been with the Vikings organization twice.
Up along with Marquez Valdez-Scantling because of their veteran experience.
Here's a toss to Gainwell on first down, and he turned that into.
This year for Aaron Rodgers has been just some of the young players that they've had, and there's been too many mental mistakes. They just haven't been able to take advantage other than going to Gainwell. So who knows? Maybe over tonight, the next few weeks.
Both backs in there. Rodgers looks left, drops it off to Gainwell, looking for a block. He got a block from Zach Frazier.
Warren, and then get the ball back into Gainwell with the screen the opposite side.
Dolphins take a timeout. Rightfully frightened with me leading the way.
Very much so.
I've seen
Everybody's
worse.
in the spirit here.
Toss to Warren. He didn't get it. Now it's 4th down.
Yeah, I tell you watch this defense, and a big part of the improvement from this bunch as this season has gone along, and a lot of it has been the development of some of their young rookies.
Steelers are now over.
Now they get Hayward in there.
Hayward's back in at quarterback with the snap, and he got it. 2 for 3 in tonight's.
I mean, he's not even waiting to see if the ball comes out. Like in a defensive mode. He just kind of is
in charge of oversight.
Yeah, it's every time. I mean, normally you'd at least be in a shortstop.
And finally, the Steelers are 8th in the league in red zone touchdown percentage. Rodgers has all day. Gainwell, he found him And now Gainwell.
And there's just nothing for down the field for Rodgers, but he knows exactly where Gainwell is. And Gainwell, being the smart veteran running back.
On that first down play. Here's a little push to Gainwell, and there is nothing there.
It might be a face mask.
And it's Jordan Brooks who gets a hold of the face mask of Kenneth Gainwell.
Personal foul, face.
And there's Aaron Rodgers makes sure they get the call. Spencer Anderson, yeah, he ran a route. He's been competing against each other in practice during the week.
Spencer does have a catch this year. Warren, he's down.
Yeah, good job. You see that he's down, and they put Darnell Washington over there to the right side here, and then he's
back to Warren. He got met in the backfield and did not get in again.
Get Darnell Washington across, and he's just not able to make the block. I mean, he's not able to get to him, and just a great play.
Down and goal with 21 seconds left in the half in a 3-point game. So
they're close.
Hayward under center. He gets shoved. No signal yet. Now it is. Touchdown Steelers. Here for Connor Hayward. And the first third down conversion for the Steelers in the half.
Yeah, they're getting pretty good at this.
Extra point is good. So Connor.
With the Steelers, as you mentioned, Joe, playing as well as they are against their running game, yeah, they're going to have to be able to make some plays throwing the football.
It'll be Warren near the 5. Tripped up, knocked down at the 20.
Offensively in the second half.
Well, I think we need to sustain drives. It's been a little herky-jerky. They're doing a good job making it.
And when it comes to your defense, how can they continue to affect Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I think, we need to do a good job on special teams, make sure they have the...
From the 29 on first down, a handoff is to Warren. He was iffy a couple of days ago.
First half, Miami's defense, they held Pittsburgh's run game to under 2 yards a carry. So to come out here on the opening play of...
Delayed handoff, Warren again. Able to push the pile, and he is just short of first.
Our time of possession, we've owned that definitively. He said, now on the offensive end, we've just got to convert some third downs. And he said, well, when they
did a pretty good job on third down. That's for Pittsburgh. That's just their second conversion on third down in this game. Also
well in. Quick snap. Gainwell finds a little room over the right side. Survived the hit. And out of bounds.
Just didn't wrap up, and you see a lot of this form around the league. There's a look at Ashton Davis. He's the safety who's dropping in.
Yards to the 22. You saw Gainwell, after getting the handoff, almost tripped at the line of scrimmage. As it is, ground attack has been ground to a halt coming into tonight. Here's another good run by Gainwell.
There in that first half were really well done by Rasul Douglas and Jack Jones, but this time Jack Jones isn't able to get him on the ground.
Try to go to the air here. Rodgers, end zone's got his man. Touchdown
to Scantling, and he comes across. They've got a crossing route. They got man on the one side, zone on the other. And when Valdez, it was an easy touchdown.
So they run it to get it in position. And then Marquez, but again, little short throws, run after the catch. And then a moment ago, able to find Marquez.
Throughout the year, the quick passing game. Hasn't taken the deep shots beyond 20 yards down the field like we saw a week ago. And
Yard line.
Let's go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, Aaron Rodgers has been saying all year that this season will likely be his last, but he didn't want to retire at a young age, and it's been a really sweet experience, he said, just being here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Lisa, he's at that stage. Dolphins here tonight. Best starting field position for Miami tonight, and Achane gets knocked down by Cam Hayward, who's been doing it a lot.
Pull it out last night. That's a tough place to go play after a hiatus of 5 years.
Here's Ingold. He gets met.
VP, and I think it'd be hard to walk away when you had a year like that.
Here's a blitz. Tagovailoa knocked down.
But problems that they have had on third down in the first half continue here in the first, and or in the second half, and that's been the story for them offensively.
Here's Austin on the return.
To throw back a big victory last week with not finishing up business tonight.
Here's DK Metcalf, his second catch, and he gets tripped up.
A little bit of a hurry up on second down.
Here's Washington. And it was Jack Jones. Scantling is looking for a flag, won't get it, and it's 3 and out. Rodgers is now pleading his case to land. I guess because of that contact, and now a flag comes out way late just now. And that will move the chains with a 5-yard penalty. They went quick, and it was Zeke Biggers.
12 men on the field.
Here's Gainwell. Big hole up the gut. And Gainwell also has 18 career touchdown passes. And now 47 first. They marked Gainwell short, so now he gets it here and gets plenty more. First down.
For the left tackle, that's a good thing.
Over the middle, Gainwell again. Yeah, we should get into it. It's been week 10 at the Chargers, but they're on their 4th string left tackle. And the first NFL start for Dylan Cook.
Just simply hasn't played really any football.
Steelers dominating this third quarter. This is needed. He tried to get it going to the ground and came that close.
Boy, that was so close. And that would have been a heck of a play. And if he'd been able to finish that, not an easy catch for him by no means.
Play clock was at 1. For a hold on Brooks, who almost got the interception. He got a grab of.
No question. I didn't see that it altered much. I don't disagree with no call being made.
Yeah, I'm with you, Troy. There was a very little time.
Tomlin's thinking if this is 4-down territory, and if he is, well, they go to empty. I thought they might run the football here, but
and now he goes out to the right. Quick throw, wide open, Freiermuth. His first catch.
In the middle, he's so worried about DK Metcalf that he's going to turn and run because he's got to cover that seam with that 2-deep look.
They hand to Gainwell. And well played by the Dolphins defense.
Got to hold on and hold him to 3 points. It just feels like a touchdown here, and this game's gotten away from him.
Looking left all the way, now back. Rodgers. Freiermuth. They can't hook up.
But you want to recognize what he's done tonight as well. They're number 60, and he's working against Bradley Chubb, and it's one-on-one. He's not getting any help. Guy who deserves more playing time.
On third down. Got it to DK Metcalf. And fighting his way for.
And Davis, who read it the entire way, just not quite able to get there.
28 yards. These look sharp here tonight as the Steelers try to make it 2 in a row. Stay a game out in front right here. Could very well be for the division. Here is D. Eskridge on the return. Can't get to the 30.
Metcalf is working the middle of the field. Aaron Rodgers never is looking at Ashton Davis. And Davis, who turning that into a touchdown.
Here's a quick throw. Achane out on the edge. And there's nowhere to go. Just worked his way into the end zone. Good play here by Hayward, and a loss of 2.
Yeah, right now, I don't think the pass-a-thon for Miami, it's only going to look worse.
This one is nearly picked as Highsmith was there.
To this, and it's just, as I mentioned earlier in this game, it's just something that, and even if Highsmith doesn't get his hands on the ball.
Steelers playing without T.J. Watt. Defense is doing just fine without him at the moment. It's 4th down.
It looked like Westbrook Akine fell down. Is
to back 3 and outs for the Dolphins. Down by 18 in Austin. Looking for a wall of blocking. And the league last year in completion percentage. He led the NFL in passing yardage 2 years ago. But change. Steelers take over at their 19 after the penalty on the punt. And a drop by Darnell.
And being able to get back in this ball game if this defense can come up with a big play.
Hand to Warren. Not much. By Warren, it's going to be 3rd down and long for Pittsburgh as the Dolphins try and force A much-needed 3-and-out.
Yeah, see if
Rodgers historically so good against the blitz. Some back out. Freiermuth makes the catch, and he gets popped after the play. You saw Brooks and Freiermuth
down drive by Pittsburgh, and he was pretty worked up. And you could tell he still is based on the hit he put on Freiermuth.
That is number 20's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul towards potential disqualification.
Play, but we'll take a look at it and see if we can't follow it.
Petition committee, they want that call. They've instructed officials to call it.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's not much. Into the fourth quarter.
Isaac Seumalo came out of the ballgame. Here's a nice run by,
with the exception of left tackle in recent weeks. He's a good one.
Seumalo in the medical tent as Gainwell gets a. And it was that call against Jordan Brooks that allowed this drive to continue for Pittsburgh.
Well, you get
play clock at 1. Flag on the play. Rodgers is going to try and pick up some.
Illegal shift. Offense.
Third quarter, a quarter where the Dolphins have amassed negative. Took's a little nicked up, has to come over to the sideline, and that'll do it for the third quarter here in Pittsburgh. Battle in a game where the Seahawks did not score a touchdown. Here, quick throw. That was a thing of beauty. Freiermuth.
You see Melifonwu, he comes up, and he's the guy who has to try to then make the play, and he's just not able to get him on the.
Back to Gainwell. And a gain of 5.
Well, a little surprised they're on first down that Miami, understanding they're down 18 points.
The Steelers are at over 7 yards a carry. This one to Warren out of the backfield. First down plus.
Well, I kind of felt coming. That was such a big win for this Steelers organization last week, and I think maybe the biggest.
Taken over at left guard for Seumalo. Here is a toss. In the backfield, Jonnu Smith. Steelers and the Dolphins makes it to the end zone.
Well, you got Darnell Washington and Adam Thielen, and between the two of them, look at the crease that they give him. And, of course, the other tight end, Jonnu Smith, is the one who gets to carry the football.
The route is on. It's 28-3, and the Steelers
well-deserved, and to be the first father-son duo. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Everywhere I go, he has been there before. Over 100 yards in the ball game of offense. They're up to 107, 14 yards to Achan. These were slim at best anyway coming in. They would be eliminated with a loss, and they're
certainly performed well last week and then again tonight. But defensively, Terrell Austin's group has been really good. They revamped this second, but they are about as confident right now as they've been at any time all year.
Here's a completion to Waddle.
This just, they're pretty methodical for a team down 25 points. So I think maybe that'll.
Tagovailoa. That is the tight end Waller, and that go.
Well, that's the best throw we've seen from Tua Tagovailoa tonight. These are throws that we were kind of used to seeing there for a couple of years. That's as good as it gets, laying it over the defender, and not an easy one to make. Patrick.
They do know they're down 25, I would assume, and on first and goal, Tagovailoa has to run for his life, and ends up throwing it out.
You kind of expect something not so good to happen. He's not a guy who's really all that.
Another one to the end zone, and a jump ball that's caught.
And it was, if they're not going to call PI, it was really good coverage as well. But Tua just throws it up to his big.
Where the Dolphins are 1 for 1 on 2-point tries this year. They completed one to Julian Hill earlier in the year. Back of the end zone, no chance. Waller, who got the touchdown
to Oklahoma.
And Laura will be at both those sites. And hopefully the travel. OU
Yeah, you will.
Alabama game. I got to do some scouting for my IU.
To him and the family and Indiana and Coach Signetti, and I'm as excited about the playoffs as you are, Joe, and wait to see who it is. Some talented young players. Be excited to get their opportunity to play in the NFL.
2nd down and 9. Interesting that while we were doing the touchdown, did not declare for and try
start and winning 5 of 6, 4 in a row. I think they've kind of run out of gas.
Steelers have won 22 straight home, 14-1 overall since 2014. Chuck Noll was the head coach the last time the Steelers lost here at home on Monday. 3rd down and 6. Here's a quick throw. Warren has blocking, and where are they going to put it? They're going to put it right. There were fire Tomlin chants here in the stadium. It's a different story after that. And they're going to say it's 4th down.
Well, there's a good look at, so feel free to jump in, but the assisted replay gives somebody an advantage at times. And in this case, you know, it's
clear and obvious evidence. They want the replay official to be able to assist it when it's objective. And part of it.
Here's a return by Malik Washington. Gets to DK Metcalf to force his way into the end zone. And then a toss to Jonnu Smith for their 4 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, and all Steelers really ever since.
Steelers with over 100 yards rushing in this half alone. Here is a complete. Dolphins eliminated with a loss. The Steelers stay out in front in the AFC North, and again they have a date here at home. Ollie Gordon back in there. He was nicked up with an ankle injury in the first half. Here is a catch by.
Well, Patrick Queen, he's had himself a nice night, and he's been roaming around, and he just keeps it in front of him and comes up.
We're going to go under 6 minutes to go in this game. Tagovailoa is sacked.
Yeah, Savaianaya is the left guard and the rookie, and Cam Hayward's one-on-one on him, and he's just able to play well again this season.
You see the 91 career sacks. Tagovailoa wide open. Dulcich makes the catch, does not go out of bounds. 5, and it will stop and stay stopped whenever anybody goes out of bounds with the football. But again, here is a catch.
Got up is a positive. Forget catching the football. But that did not look good.
2nd and 6. Here he is again. Waller has a touchdown tonight. Now he's got a. Here is Achane. Now the clock will stop. It's been over a 4-minute drive, 7 plays. Last time they had it, they
like it. I love it. I mean, come on, let's do it.
Tagovailoa is just running around. He finds Achane, who takes it back into the field of play.
I wish he, when he first came into the league, everybody was calling him Achane, and then he corrected him and said, no, it's Achane. But I want him to be Achane. Let's get into the important things.
And now timeout Pittsburgh. Steelers
get in with a division win.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa slides through end zone.
Kyle Duggar is the guy who's going to try to pick him up, and as he turns to look for the ball and the quarterback, Waller just keeps on going. And
3rd game back, he's got 2 touchdowns tonight. Tagovailoa can't find anyone early, and now over the middle, Dulcich cannot make.
He was open pretty early on, just waiting to get the ball from Tua. Coverage, but he was open really early on where he could have put it right on him.
League-wide onside kick attempts successful 4 times so far this season. On
down multiple possessions, and now you think they might come out and onside kick it.
I think they will. In fact, Patterson will show us what he can do. So how can Patterson Give the Dolphins a chance. They got a chance, and in the end, it's all.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling if you're Adam Thielen. You think you're going to be able to get this, and it goes through you, and then fortunately, hey, you know what? You're right. You're onto something there, Buck. You got a little creativity, too.
Everyone else.
58! Blue 58!
Here's Gainwell, right side.